Hello, beloveds, and welcome to Soul Session, where we celebrate and explore the depths of our being for guidance and direction. My name is Sunshine Daye. Our focus today is going to be on a topic that really touches a lot of lives. And that topic is control. Bump, bump, bump. Control. Yeah, it's control. So let me know in the chat who's in control of your life. Are you the one in control? Is control an illusion? Are you a control freak? I want to read your comments in the chat. So let me know what you think about those questions and where you stand with control. First, I want to start off with this idea of excessive control. And for me, excessive control usually uh, stems from character flaws like fear, insecurity, a need for perfection. And these character traits and behaviors, they create a cycle where once you try to be in control, you actually feel less in control. Has that ever happened to you? I know that for me, it happens in that way, that the more in control I try to be, the less in control I really am. And it's a paradox that I grapple with until, of course, I learn how to release control. But fear of the unknown, ego and pride, lack of faith, perfectionism, past traumas, and betrayal are usually some of the hurdles that we have to overcome in order to release excessive control. Now, just like we looked at character flaws, I also want to look at the character traits because it's our character traits that are actually going to help us to release some of this unhealthy control because our character traits that are responsible for healthy control are things like self discipline, responsibility, a sense of balance. And when we're making decisions and acknowledging our limits of control, that's when we're in this healthy state of being. You know, healthy control is about making choices without the need to dominate. And I think that's the thing, like domination is also a characteristic of control freaks, right? Now, how we actually cultivate healthy control is by tapping into and utilizing the indwelling higher power. Mm. Tapping into and utilizing this indwelling essence, this power, this presence that is within us. So we're going to explore that for a moment. And while we do that, we can take a look at whether control is actually an illusion and how the illusion of control is actually an addiction of sorts. So practices like meditation, affirmations, mindfulness practices, these practices actually help us surrender our need for control and it opens us up to be guided by our higher power, by that indwelling power and presence. Because let's face it, within each of us resides this power, this presence, this life. And if we allow ourselves to use this power and presence that is always for our highest and best, if we allow this I amness to guide us to living our best life, that is the ultimate life. I mean, this divine order, this love, this joy, this peace, this abundance, this harmony is a power for good that we can use. Now, this is the force, the energetic that is beating our hearts, that is breathing us, that is my GPS, that is coursing my blood through my veins. And when I allow this infinite intelligence to guide me, when I'm still enough and quiet enough, and I slow down enough to really listen with my inner ear and allow myself to be guided, I am always and ultimately guided towards living my best life. Now, it's important to recognize the difference between my stinking thinking, my committee, that chatter that, doesn't mean me any good. That's why meditation, mindfulness, affirmations are a practice. Because sometimes we think we're listening to that indwelling power and presence, but we could be listening from a place of greed, from a place of fear, from a place of abandonment or betrayal. So the practice of being in meditation, of listening to that still small voice and having that still small voice serve as our GPS, as our guidance system. Now that, surrendering to that really points to that I'm not really ever in control. The question is how open and receptive are you to the frequency of this divine communication? This divine communication is always speaking to us in a language that we understand. And it's always guiding us towards our joy, towards our love, towards our fulfillment. So it's about being still enough and quiet enough to listen. Now, my mentor, Michael Bernard Beckwith, always reminds us that when we let go of the illusion of control and surrender to the flow of life, it's then when miracles happen. And I'm reminded of Daniel Nahmod's song where he speaks of when he's in his boat and he's using his oars. Yeah, he's in control, but guess what? When those oars are in the boat just kind of goes with the stream and it goes with the flow. His boat does not sink. And so it is with me, that when I stop being and trying to be in control of every little thing in my life, and I allow myself to put those oars in my boat and be still enough and quiet enough and listen with my inner ear, my boat doesn't sink. My life does not sink. But my life then is in flow with the divine guidance. As we wrap up today's soul session on control, what we've learned is that releasing the character flaws of excessive control and embracing the character strengths of surrendering and listening to that indwelling power and presence, that as a result of that, we can have a profound spiritual awakening. And so I trust that you too have now had that profound spiritual awakening and that you continue to have these profound spiritual awakenings as you engage in your daily practice to allow that indwelling I am presence to be your guide. Until the next time, thanks for tuning in to Soul Session, and I trust and know that balance and joy are the order of your day. Bye for now.
Thanks for joining us for Soul Session from Vida Spiritual Learning Center. If you found this meaningful, let us know. Please leave a comment, question, or suggestion below. For more information, you can visit our website at vidaslc.org, where you can also make a tax-deductible contribution to support our free programming. Remember to like, share, and subscribe so you can be notified of future programs. And thanks. We'll see you next time for Soul Session.